this was made famous in our country by Jim Bregman, who was a 1964 Olympic medalist in the middleweight division, and he was a 1965 world medalist. And he retired from judo at 22 years old because he had a knee injury. And back then they couldn't fix knees as well as they do now, and they told him that if he continued doing judo, that he would have to have a straight leg and walk with a straight leg the rest of his life. So he retired from judo at 22 years old, but he'd already medaled twice, once in the Olympics in 1964 and at the 65 World Championship. So this is where I learned this, at his Camp Olympus many years. Anyway, I like to do Harai Goshi. It would work for Harai Goshi. It would work for any forward hip throw, actually. So I'm going to throw my Harai Goshi right here, 2, and then on 3, my opponent is maybe going to throw me a little bit of a hip block. See, right here, hip block. Yeah, and so I can't throw forward anymore. So what I do when I get that hip block is I fake with my hip about this far. I have to sell him. I have to fake him out enough that he thinks I'm throwing forward. Okay? Now, once I fake with the hip, I'm going to jump in and come around back. This hand's pulling down. This one shoves into his gut, and I'm taking him straight over my leg. It could be Tani Otoshi. It could be a Kosoto Gaki. I'm just doing kind of a chair throw, all right? Or in judo, it's kind of a makeshift Sukui Nagi type movement, except my hands aren't in front, all right? So, I'm gonna go same thing. Forward throw, and then on 3, I'm coming around back for that switch, all right? I'm in a forward, right side forward throw. Forward throw. Like, see what I'm doing with my hip? I'm blocking with my hip. I'm pulling this hand backward. I'm preparing for a counter right here. And that's what you're going to run into. I don't want him to throw me, right? So I'm the hip blocking. How many of you guys experienced that when you ran Dory? You do an attack, he's banging you with his hip. Feels like you got hit by a truck, right? So he comes in. See what I'm doing with the hip? That's what this switch is for. And actually, the harder the guy hip blocks, the more that he has this reaction, the harder he's going to fall. This particular throw doesn't work very well against beginners. They're scared to death. They're like this. They're not going to react to your fake. The beginner doesn't react to fakes. He just tries to stiff arm you and hold you out. We'll do other things for him. Throwing with the first one. Get through his grip and throwing with whatever you can. Don't bother to fake. Okay? So this time, he's going to hip block me. So I'm here, he hip blocks. See? You notice how I fake with my hip? Right about to the knot on his belt. That's where I want my hip joint to be. Right about to the knot on his belt. Otherwise, he'll know that it isn't a forward throw. And you also see that I pull a little bit and turn my head to selling on the forward throw. I'm lying. It's not a forward throw, but I want him to think it is. See, I'm faking him out with a little tug and turning my head. That's real important, okay? So I'm going to fake this time here, and then I'm going to circle around back with this foot. This hand pulling down, this one shove into his gut so that he doesn't do ochi on you or turn it around. And from here, straight to the mat. Crash pad here. Yep.
Get the bigger one, guys. Get the larger one. Yeah.
So he gives me this hip lock, and this isn't a beautiful thing, here, right down on the mat, cover the guy for hold down. Okay? Got it?
Do it again.
Do it again. Okay. You hip block me and I'll get you on there. Okay, so here. Straight to the throw, or to the hold down. All right, let's try. So, without slamming your opponent, just switch. Go 2 forward throws, 1 rear throw with a switch. I think I'm hitting like Tani Otoshi more. So you can hit Tani Otoshi, you can hit a chair throw. One more time. So just hip blocking on 3. Yeah. So, okay, so number 1, 2, here comes number 3. Straight down, move into a hold down. All right? Let's do it. Go ahead. And all that. Let's take a look at a few things. Come on out. I want to do a couple things. The fake is extremely important, okay? Because, you know, I've been here like this, and I've come in for Harai Goshi or Uchimata. All right, I've come in a couple times, but I'm getting this hip block from the guy. That's when I want to, the third one or whatever, I want to fake right here. And you notice how I'm turning my head and I'm tugging a little bit? I don't want to off-balance him really, I just want to tug a little bit so that he puts his weight back on his heels. I don't want to force movements, I want him to help me, all right? So when I'm here, I'm going to lift this knee up, swing around back, and I bring this leg closer. This leg will slide. Here's the motion. See how I bring my knee up as I fake? And then as I come around back, I slide close. And I pull down with this hand, down. Look where his weight's going. Now, I don't want him to, you're all thinking, oh, he can throw him with Ochigari, or he can throw him with Uchimata. Not if I kill this hand, he can't. Not if I off-balance him here. I'm going to win that exchange. If I don't off-balance him, if my foot's way back here, he can hit Ochigari. He's going for Uchimata. Right here, he could throw me with that. He could do inside trip. Yeah, he can do anything he wants with me because I'm trying to do the splits. I'm in a weak position. So bring this driving leg closer to him. So I've got the fake, and I see how close this leg is? Drive this into his gut, this hand, pull down. And then, I don't care if this foot is a Tani Otoshi over here, or if it's kind of a chair throw. I don't care if you're hitting some kind of Kosoto Gake, the hook it. That doesn't so much matter, because the harder he hip blocks, any one of those 3, it's going to throw him to the ground. He's going to help you to throw him. So the harder he reacts, you know, that off-balancing motion is going to throw him almost by itself. But so that he can't step off of it, you can do Tani Otoshi, you can do like a chair throw, you can hook, Kosoto Gake type movement, take him down. But with 2 main things, or 3, fake, so just a little tug. So in other words, you've been in a fight, a contest, and your opponent has blocked you. All your forward throws, he's blocked you. You can't throw him. Well, it's kind of crazy to keep trying to throw forward. So you put that in your head. So later in the match, you say, aha, I'm going to do it again. And you switch on the third one. He thinks it's coming, but you're throwing him the opposite way. And this is where ippons come from. When your opponent hip blocks strongly, I've seen people get knocked out from being slammed so hard with the switch. All right? And the harder he hip blocks, the harder he lands. Makes it a real good technique to gain ippon. Okay. Now, a lot of you munchkins over here don't do Harai Goshi because that's more of a big person's throw, a taller person's throw. You can do this with, say, Sewanagi right here. You gotta hold it tight, but you can come around back, and if you hold it tight, you can throw it backwards right here, or you can release your hands. Throwing here, throwing here. Just taking backwards from there. Now, I'm not a Sewanagi guy. If I got down that low to do Sewanagi, you'd have to hook up a crane to my belt and pull me back up again, all right? Because that throw isn't built for a taller guy. It's built for when you're shorter than your opponent, all right? If you're taller, do what I showed you before, the Harai Goshi or Uchimata. If you're shorter, you're coming in, you're doing a Sewanagi, and on the third one, you step around right here. If you hold him tight enough, you don't need to do anything with your hands. You can throw him like that. Used to be a very unorthodox move up until the mid-'80s, when some Russian guy threw everybody with that type of a movement from Saylor, and we were all amazed. He kind of did an arch throw with it. And it's simple, but at that time it hadn't been seen. So we all went scurrying around trying to learn it a couple years after he did it. And then you're a cheap imitation. You're not the real thing. All you're ever going to be is a cheap imitation because it's not your own. Anyway, try it with different throws. Try it with Saylor. Same principle. 1, 2, and on 3, switch. Because a lot of you guys throw your paw on Saylor, right? So try it with that, then we're going to take a break. So